What is going on, guys? Keen Flame here, back with another video. So the Aztecs are gonna come out soon, so I thought, let's make a couple of videos ahead of that. Let's get, back into the casting of games. I feel like the game has been a bit more active lately. People are pretty excited for the Aztecs, and the Aztecs also look very cool. So I'm pretty excited. There's also, a lot of new additions to the game, like the Blood and Bones pack, which looks pretty cool as well. As you can see, the deers and all the bones and everything. So this game, we have a match between Keen Pegasus and Kido, who also rejoined Keen recently as well again, for the new RTSL that DoD is hosting. It's like a team game tournament, and between clans, and like I think like 25 or 28 clans signed up. Keen, of course, as well. We got the new Keen generation. We got Killuminati, we got Grass, we got Neymar, Mini Yeti, Kavat. So it's like all like a brand new roster almost. I mean, I'm sure you guys know all these players, but it's not like the OG Keen players anymore. But they're definitely very just as good as the OG players. So it's a lot of new additions to the game. The Blood and Bones pack, as I just showcased. You can see all the blood and the bones here as well on the deer. And then we got the Japanese. In case you haven't played for a year, then Japanese is new. Three new Japanese gods. And then you got Demeter. I actually was casting a game which I might upload or maybe not upload. It went out of sync, so it's kind of sucked. It was also between these two players. Maybe it's like some kind of bug with the out of syncing with Demeter replays, but yeah. So there's a lot of new additions to the game. It's pretty cool. Like even like they added like a camera POV. Like you can kind of follow the units, and you can see what the units are doing in real time. So right now he is just scouting. He's following the flags. He's like a bull. He sees the red, and he goes to it, and now he's seeing some deers and stuff. So it's quite nice. Um, Okay, so how do I deselect this? Because I don't have the... Okay, thank God. I thought I was just stuck in that camera motion because the icon disappeared because I deselected it. So we got Susanoo, which is like the god all about myth units. He gets like a huge like favor bonus when he reaches like a new Bushido tier. Bushido is like the more you fight or whatever, like the more feathering status your units get. So when they kill units and do damage and they don't die, they gain veteran XP or whatever. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but basically if you kill a lot of units and your units don't die, then you're going to upgrade a Bushido tier. I think tier 5 or tier 6 is the highest. And then on I think on the other Japanese god you get like free medium heavy champion tier upgrades. It might as well be the case on, oh yeah, it's the case on Susanoo as well. But in addition to that, Susanoo also gets like a big favor, like cash reward. Just favor, not cash, but similar to like a big cash payout. So Susanoo is all about the myth units. It's like a bunch of upgrades for them, and they're just stronger. Actually, let's just look to confirm. Yeah, the unit special abilities, they recharge 25% faster, and okay, yeah, basically it's all about a favor, so you can just make more myth units instead of them being stronger. So he's gonna get the upgrade for the increased movement speed of myth units, and their attacks cost to deal an additional divine damage. So divine damage is basically like true damage of League of Legends. It ignores the armor, and it just deals true damage basically. Ignores the magic or the not magic resist. I've been playing too much League. It ignores the pierce armor and the hack armor. It just deals like the actual damage. So these units, they are nine-tailed fox kitsunes. They are really fast. They're basically scouts, but when you group them up, they become faster and faster. I think, pretty sure. Yeah, it can increase the speed of nearby friendly units. So if you have enough of them, you can actually surround a villager and pick it off quite fast. So you can see Kido, he's Freyr, he's kind of just defending with the Hersiers. And then on the back of this, I think Pegasus will, macro towards, a bunch of villagers on wood and gold, and then he will probably, take a second TC eventually, and then, hit heroic around the same time. So This is, a way, you put the pressure down. This is like a classic AOM strategy. You make 5 or 6 units, like 5 or 6 trading cap. You can do this on any civ, any god. You make like 5 or 6 units. You can see he made a stable. He's making the horses, so he's going to combine these with the kitsunes, to speed them up. So this one, is going to go to these horses, or not. I guess maybe there's like some kind of way to heal them, or he's just going to scout the rest of his base. Can yeah, the Miko can basically heal the Kitsune. So he has like a low HP Kitsune, and then he's gonna heal it up with the Miko. So these Mikos, you put them on like a forest or a gold mine or both. You can see the range, and it gives more favor. So the more resources within the shrine, the more resources it gives. These Mikos are like 50 food. You can make them from the town center, right? And then you can put them on the shrine, and they give you favor to make more Mythirians and get upgrades and stuff. So he's just running around making sure his foxes don't die, and he's just seeing if there's anything for free that can be punished. Now he's gonna combine the two groups, and as you can see, he's not gonna make more horses. I see a lot of beginners, they like over make army, which is fine in lower elos, right? Like if you just make a big army and send it to your opponent's base, you're gonna win if you macro better, right? Like if your eco balance is better, if you're faster, you're gonna win. All you have to do is sit on the large gold mine, and you wait for their gold mine to run out, and that's how you end the game in an easy way. But on like the highest level, right, it's not that simple. There's more strategy to the game. So it's like a lot of like beginner and noobs, like they think there's a lot of strategy, like at all elos of the game, but that's not really true, honestly. Like at the lowest elos, you can play any god, any strategy. All you have to do is really just make a big ass army, and just macro better than your opponent. But at the highest elos is different. So I feel like a lot of beginners, like they watch videos from me or Boyd or anyone else, and they see the strategies, and they want to try these strategies out, right? Because it looks fun, it looks cool, but then they don't have the macro, they don't have the the skill yet to back the strategy up. So it just falls flat on the face, right? Like because the opponent just makes a big army and just marches into your base, right? Or they like do like a fast heroic or fast mythic, and they just cast the god power in your base and you're just dead, right? So to to even to to even attempt to do these strategies, you need to have like a baseline macro, baseline fundamentals, baseline skill level to execute these strategies. So like the strategies are mostly a thing in like mid to high elo. As you climb higher and higher, the strategies become more important. And of course, you can do a strategy. If you do it well, you can succeed. But if you are 900 elo, 1000 elo, or even 1.1k elo, like strategies are like almost the smallest thing you have to worry about. You have to really just work on the basics. Make villagers nonstop, make army nonstop, take TCs at the right times, right? Like it just all comes down to simple, strong fundamentals and the basics, and that will carry you through the higher or like the medium elo, right? But yeah, that's just something I've noticed, right? Like I've coached a lot of people over these past 2 years for Retold, and I feel like the beginners, they fixate too much on like the latest strategy, the latest cool thing, right? But it all really comes just down to making army nonstop, keeping your resources low, investing into your army and your economy, and just having no downtime, being as efficient as possible. That's really what it comes down to at the the beginner stages and the medium stages, right? So he made 3 of those spider Mythirians. They can grab someone, wrap them up real nicely like a Christmas present. So I really like the way Pegasus is playing. So he puts the pressure on with just a few units, and this is really effective in high elo, by the way. Like you just make a few units, you don't over make units. You just make enough that you cannot just fall over and die, but you also don't make too little, or you also don't make too little that you cannot put pressure on the enemy. So he picked the Herser off that was making a wall. He's just making sure that Keto is not getting anything for free. And on the Keto side, he's just trying to make sure he's walling everything up because he knows his god is stronger. At least I think so. Stronger in the late game, right? Like Freyr is kind of like a boomy god. You know, he made the defensive dock to protect against the Pegasus dock that, you know, he was attempting to make. And, you know, once, you know, he's boomed now a little bit more, so now he's, you know, attempting, you know, to move out, secure his, you know, his forward gold mine. So like I said, right, this gold mine will eventually run out, and his gold mine in his base has already run out. So, you know, he needs to start thinking ahead. You know, okay, this gold mine is going to run out, you know, in 5 minutes. So, you know, I need to secure this position because, you know, there's a settlement here, which gives me more population. There's a gold mine here, which also gives me more population. So you need to think a few steps ahead, just like chess. Like, what is my next move going to be? You know, like I'm fine in this moment, but I need to think ahead as well. So, which is really important. So they're both, you know, playing very strategically. You know, they're walling the map up. They are spreading their resources, you know, across the map. You know, like you don't want to, you know, have all your food villagers on all these berries, right? You want to, you know, have some villagers here, have some villagers, you know, over here gathering food. So you want to, you know, split your resources up. You know, like you don't want to only gather from one gold mine. You know, he is gathering from this one, from this one, from this one. So even if Keto, you know, he doesn't have raiding units, of course, right now, but you know, for example, if he raids his gold mine, he's only potentially gonna get 3 villagers and a Miko, right? But you know, for example, a lot of beginners, they like for some reason they choose like the most forward gold mine in the enemy's face, right? So they'll have like 30 villagers here, and then, you know, all those villagers die from, you know, one god power or one raid, and you know they're just basically like a checkmate, right? Like they're just dead. So make sure, you know, just spread your villagers out over multiple gold mines. And also a thing that a lot of high elo players do, they don't, you know, just place their fortress randomly. They place their fortress on a gold mine always, or most of the time at least. So, you know, you saw Keto, you know, he places his fortress on a gold mine. So when he gets raided, his dwarves can go inside the fortress, right? So, you know, if you want to protect your gold mine, you know, you should put like a fortress here, fortress right here, right? And then over here. And if you spread those all out, it'll become so hard to raid you compared to if you don't do that. He also made a dock. I believe this unit can walk over land, but I'm not sure. I guess not. No, no. This is not one of those units that can walk both on land and sea. I have played quite a bit of Japanese, so I kind of, you know all the things, but I've also not, you know, played too much lately, or in the like in the last year. I have been playing more recently again, though. I've been like playing some team games for fun, you know, trying out Demeter, you know, playing some Susanoo actually as well. Just making a lot of myth units. It's quite fun to play Susanoo actually. Like those Asuras and those Onis are quite strong, honestly. Like if you have like a pack of like 10 Asuras in like a team game, like those will just wipe out anything. Like they shoot like fireballs while they're moving, and then they also have their own attack with like their arms or whatever. So they're like really insane, really fun to use. So here, Pegasus moving in with the Samurais. Samurais are a little bit slow, but they're very, very strong. You can see they have 17.6 attack. Now we have 40 attack. Like they're quite crazy because they have like one special attack or whatever, I think. And then the attack goes back to normal. So he's, you know, really hammering down his position. So, you know, he's just not, you know, attacking on a random location, right? He's attacking on a location where he could win the game in the future. Because, you know, he knows this gold mine will run out, right? So if he pressures here, you know, with the transport boat, and then he can pressure this gold mine over there. And then he can eventually, you know, checkmate him, right? So he's forced to use Gulen which, you know, spawns from the TC, and then walks slower and slower the further away he gets from the TC, because you can see his stats. It's like insane. 81 attack. He's very, very, very strong. He's actually going really far, but you can see he's slowing down and slowing down more and more, right? Yeah, you definitely want to run away from this Gulen Bursty. It will run out in 8 seconds. But yeah. So I'm actually not sure who wins this game, by the way. I just downloaded some replays between good players, and you know, I tried to find a game of Demeter, but the other Demeter game I found just out of sync, unfortunately, so I couldn't show that to you guys. I might still upload that video, but I feel a little bit bad, you know, because the game didn't end. It ended to like halfway through, like at like 14 minutes. Um, so yeah, that sucks. But yeah, this is like Keto just loves his walls, man. Like Pegasus actually too, but I don't think he loves his walls as much as Keto does. Like Keto is just like he loves the upgraded tier 2 Norse walls. Like it like for some reason like tier 2 Norse walls are like I picture like a LARPer in my head, you know, like McLovin from one of those movies, you know, like that nerdy guy, or like he's in another movie too where he has like autism and he LARPs in like these fields and shit like as a knight. Like that's what I imagine when a player when a player upgrades his Norse walls, like that's what I imagine the player to be like. Like no flame to Keto, but that's just what I imagine. Like come on, man, like it's basically the same thing. Like 600 HP, like it barely makes it. Well, I mean it's good, but it just looks kind of silly. Because like Norse is all about attacking, right? And then you know you upgrade your walls and play very defensive, right? I mean Freyr is a defensive god, right? But still, it's kind of funny. So here the Rajins comes out. He has the Mikos healing them up as well. He has to make sure to move these away from the Hersers, so because the Hersers, you know, they'll just kill them pretty fast. Yeah, you know, the hero is too good against the myth units. But yeah, you can see like the blood and the bone spike. Like there's so much blood going on. I have like all the settings. Like I'll show you guys real quick. Like I have all the settings maxed out. Like 100% extreme, so it lasts for a really long time. 100% extreme, like mayhem or whatever. I don't know what it does. The blood impact effect size. So everything is like set to the max basically. Like this is all like very bloody and bony, I guess. And also, I think they improved the performance a bit. Like I used to, like at the release, it was really smooth. It was always like 145 FPS. And then there was like a period when they released the Chinese and then the Japanese, and the game was really unoptimized with the new civs. But I think they fixed a lot of those things, and now the games runs a lot smoother again. Like in team games, it used to kind of lag like a lot, like FPS lag, not internet lag, but just FPS lag. But now the game seems to be a lot smoother again somehow. I hope that stays that way, right, with the Aztecs. But yeah, so they also, while I was away, they also buffed the castles, which I'm not sure I agree with. Like the castles are a lot stronger right now. They're not, quite the AoE 2 castles, but they're quite fucking strong. So that's why you see, the guys, spam or at least Keto is spamming a lot of heal forts, to hold this position because they're quite strong. Yeah, I think the blood just makes everything looks a little bit cooler. Like holy shit. There's another god power. The sword is coming down. A bit of a splash damage. And there's the swamp god power as well. And then those little bald guys, they come down from the ground. You can see them hiding right here. The kappas, they're like turtle guys with like a weird haircut. They're hiding, and then they're gonna grab someone. They're gonna pull someone below the swamp, basically. Pretty cool god power. So let's switch back to Pegasus's point of view, and it's not looking too good, honestly. Like Keto is he has a big score lead. Score doesn't mean everything, but it's looking rough. I mean, maybe Japanese late game is a lot stronger, so he's fine. He does have some idols a little bit here and there. He's going for his back TC as well, but like if you look at the minimap, like this looks really scary for Pegasus. Like the amount of map control Keto has right now, like Pegasus really has to work the corners right now. Like he really, has to be, a little cockroach, get his resources on the corners, kind of come back into that game, right? Through the corners. He has a little transport boat with Rajins, but that's just nothing to raid because Keto is like so well endowed with the walls this game. Like Pegasus wants to raid, but this map is like it's not super easy to raid, but it's also very raidable. But like the way Keto has played so far this game, like he's just walling it up, man, and like he's moving forward like he's playing in ESO with the Mastro and X-Men. And all the hill forts like forward, like this is some shit we used to see in like 2004, like just moving up this way. But yeah, it's funny. So yeah, it's just so many create like he really has like perfected like the Freyr playstyle of like playing so defensive and just get into this stage of the game. I personally find this playstyle a little bit boring because I don't want to rush and kill someone really fast. It's more fun for me, being aggressive and stuff. Um, I don't like the raid. Raiding is okay, but I don't like the too tactical playstyle. So I just want to brute force, rush, play for the gold star. Oh, what is that? The the typhoon just killed all the strong X-Men in one go. Holy shit, that was insane. And the Shinigami here as well. And those are really strong. I remember using them. Holy shit! Like he just one shot a unit and then he does a little stinky breath. Holy shit! He's fucking. Damn, he's popping off. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the thing though, about having like a big thrown X-Men army. Like they die very easily to like splash myth units like that or like a god power. So now he's pushing with the baller, or not the baller rams, the portable rams. And here comes the Firefox. Duty Firefox is coming here. Damn, he just wipes everything out around the circle. That looks really cool. Look at that blood also, like the lighting changes, like that looks cool. Yeah. Oh, here's the Umi Bozus or whatever, like the sea monsters. Like, so basically they can, like you make them from the dock in the Mythic Age, and then you can spawn them. You can make you can like teleport them from any water surface in the map to another water surface. So, wait, what just happened? Did it freeze? Wait, the game just froze. But yeah, this guy can teleport like from anywhere on the map to another water surface. So he can teleport from here to here to here to here, and then he also does like a big splash when he arrives. So how do I fix this? Like, what the fuck? So the game is almost over. This is kind of like depressing because like this is the second game I've casted now. Like the first game went out of sync, and now this game like just like freezes. Like, what the hell? I mean, it does look like Keto's gonna win. You never know, though. Like maybe he's gonna make some crazy myth unit and push him back. I want to attempt to reload the game and play it on really fast speed. Just get back to where we were before. So it is Marsh, and then we're gonna load it. That's a little bit disappointing, and not a good look so far. Like I just came back, and two of the games I've tried so far, they froze or they're out of sync, so that's not really nice. Let's fast 4, just like the last video if it's uploaded. Yeah, I don't know if I feel really bad uploading like videos that games that are just not finished, but it's such a waste of time, man. Like casting a whole video and then it just like ends abruptly at the end. Like that's kind of sucks. So we're doing fast 4 up to fast 12 if that was possible. Fast and Furious, yeah, we can kind of see quickly what happened, the strategy they did. So armory, take the back hunt. I guess we can watch more from Keto this time. So he's gonna take the 4 TC, he's gonna make the longhouses, the great halls. So there's the Gulenbursti again. So you can also see like the purple like pools. So when a myth unit dies, like a certain type of myth unit, they drop like a pool of like purple blood, basically. But you can also change, by the way, like you can change this to be red, I think. So he's pushing with the samurais, the ballistas. He's like slowly moving forward with the hill forts. So I think we are almost at the point where we were before. So the typhoon is going down, and the Shinigami is gonna destroy these guys, and then we should be where we left off. Oh, and Keto just resigns. Okay, so the game is just, or Pegasus just resigned. So the game was actually just over. All right, so that was the first or second video I've done since I was back. I hope you guys liked it. I'll definitely do Aztec videos when they come out. So in a few days, there will be Aztec videos on this channel. I'll probably, cook up some cool strategies. The strategies might not be the best, but they'll definitely work, at the lower elos. And I know most of the people that watch my channel, like they're they're not the top 20 players, right? So I'll cook up some nice strategies for you guys that you can use in team games or 1v1 3v1s, just to have some fun. Some fun strategies that might not work at the highest elos, but they'll be fun to try out. I'll might make some guides, make some strategies, upload some videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And also, if you guys want coaching for the Aztecs, I'll be playing them a lot. Or if you guys want coaching for the Japanese civs or the other civs, then let me know. Feel free to DM me in Discord. I'll put a link below where you can join and send a message to me, and I offer coaching again. So yeah, feel free to do so, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys. Peace.